I am Daniel Lucas, and welcome to Food 101. Food, people. Let's talk about food. And today I have my special guest. She is a fellow podcaster, no other than Miss Teresa Blaes.
Thank you so much for having me. Glad to be here.
Welcome, Miss Teresa. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I missed?
As you said, I'm a fellow podcaster. I'm an author, coach. I do public speaking. I I do podcast production as our main company. We publish books. I do a lot. I've got my hands in a few pies. So there's a lot of things that I'm up to, but it always makes things fun. Never a dull moment around here.
Never dull a moment, for sure. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world, Mr. Asa. Keep up the good work and looking forward for more success. And today let's talk about your favorite food. What is your favorite food that you want to talk about?
Well, growing up, I was a tomato freak. I love tomatoes.
Yes.
And I also love chocolate, but tomatoes are like the thing. I could eat those like candy.
Like candies. So if you combine tomatoes.
Looking for the ultimate beauty secret? A simple switch from cotton pillowcases to Blissy's pure silk pillowcase can transform any skincare and hair care routine. This isn't just any silk pillowcase. Blissy uses the highest grade mulberry silk, earning it the title of Best Gift of 2024. Unlike synthetic satin pillowcases that damage hair and skin, Blissy's dermatologist-tested silk is clinically proven to prevent clogged pores while maintaining natural moisture balance. The benefits are remarkable. Smoother, healthier hair, preserved styling, and no more morning sleep wrinkles. The naturally cooling silk provides perfect temperature regulation for peaceful sleep, while its antibacterial properties maintain a clean sleep environment. Over 3 million Blissy pillowcases have been sold, and they've been featured everywhere from Live with Kelly and Mark to Oprah Daily. With over 70 stunning colors, including the new Wicked and Harry Potter collections, there's a perfect Blissy for everyone. Because you're a listener, Blissy is offering 60 nights risk-free, plus an additional 30% off when you shop at blissy.com/Wondery. That's BLISSY.com/Wondery. And use code Wondery to get an additional 30% off. Your skin and hair will thank you.
Every idea starts with a problem. Warby Parker's was simple. Glasses are too expensive. So they set out to change that. By designing glasses in-house and selling directly to customers, they're able to offer prescription eyewear that's expertly crafted and unexpectedly affordable. Warby Parker glasses are made from premium materials like impact-resistant polycarbonate and custom acetate. And they start at just $95, including prescription lenses. Get glasses made from the good stuff. Stop by a Warby Parker store near you.
Tomatoes and chocolate as a recipe, where can you combine?
I am not sure that. That would be an interesting mix because usually tomatoes are a little more, depending on the type that you get, they could be sweeter or they could be a little more tart. And combined with chocolate, I'm not sure that would fit.
It's like a dessert. Tomato chocolate. It's like strawberry and what they call it? Strawberry and chocolate.
Well, now that's good. That's good stuff too. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, what are the pivotal moment that you said, "I love tomatoes"? What age?
Oh God, that started when I was young. My mom actually grew a tomato plant when we were young, and I'd go out and pick them, and I tried one, and I just realized, ooh, I like these.
Yes. Yes. Most of the people doesn't like tomatoes, right? It's like, oh,
yeah, which is funny because people like my husband does not like tomatoes, and one of my very good friends doesn't like tomatoes. So I'm like, what's wrong with you? They're good.
They're good for sure. So, from scientific perspective, why do you think chocolate work together?
I think tomatoes, like I said, I think for me tomatoes. Okay, from a scientific perspective, I have no clue.
Yes.
I know chocolate is usually used as like a comfort food, right? You know, and
Yes.
sometimes like I'm when I or when I want to celebrate something, usually it ends up being something chocolate. You know, but if I just want something to snack, I will get those like big old bags of tomatoes, and like I'll make a tomato sandwich at and whatnot, and like I just think there's something just for me. It's like, yeah, okay, I want a snack. I know I should probably eat healthy. Yep, these qualify as healthy.
Okay. And people, if you're eating tomatoes, there is a chemical lycopene that help you to prevent cancer. So eat lots of tomatoes. And how for the chocolate, if you eat lots of chocolate, for sure you will be happy all the time because there is a chemical that produce happiness within the chocolate. So, Mr. Reza, we often think tomatoes are savory and chocolate are sweet. Is the magic is in the umami of the tomato playing against the bitterness of cacao?
So here's the funny thing. Like, I don't just like tomatoes. I like tomato products. Like,
Yes.
so for example, growing up, one of my mom's dishes that she would make is smothered burritos. And I'm not talking about the kind that are like that are spicy and liquefy your stomach. No, these things had flavor, and and there was always that hint of tomato, and it just set things off right.
Mm,
You know,
yes.
I
Yes.
always love, like, if we're gonna make tacos or whatever, I always love, okay, cut up a tomato, put that on top of your tacos. I always, or whatever. I mean, to me, I see them as either a good, bide your time snack food, or as as something to top whatever you're doing with. I love them, and I know a lot of people love to eat them in like salads and whatnot. I'll just take some ranch, and I'll dip them in ranch, and I along with a little bit of cheese, and I'm good. I'm happy.
Yes, definitely. For someone who's skeptical, how would you guide them through the first stage of tomatoes or either chocolate?
You know what? Start with the cherry one because I think they're the sweetest.
Yes, cherry tomatoes are sweet.
Right? Yeah. Start with that. You'll find they're a lot more flavorful, and then you'll find there's different types. I mean, and chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate? Um,
Yes.
you know, maybe make yourself a little cup of hot chocolate, and go from there. I my husband loves the combination of chocolate and peanut butter, which I've kind of gotten used to. But I really just like anything that's straight up chocolate. I'm happy.
Yes, I like that. Let's say, is this pairing best experience in a specific form? For instance, a sun-dried tomato in a dark chocolate bar, more successfully than fresh tomato jelly with a chocolate mousse.
I don't know. I
Mm,
Like I said, I've never tried pairing them together per se.
yes.
But I would say, I mean, if you're gonna try them, yeah, do like I would not do a completely dark chocolate bar because that tends to get a little bitter. Um, but
Mm,
I would say, yeah, like I said, maybe some cherry tomatoes with a little bit of something to dip them in. Um, I'd say start there, and then maybe just start with like a milk chocolate.
milk chocolate, yes. For me, I think yes. If you combine chocolate and sun-dried tomato, it's something else.
Interesting.
Something good. Yes, something good. So, Mr. Issa, can you walk us through the flavor journey? What the first note you taste, what developed in the middle, and what is the final lingering impression about tomatoes or either chocolate?
Mm. I think the first thing, it really depends on the kind of tomato you're doing. Like if you're doing, um, hang on, forgive me, my eye was acting up. If you're doing like I don't know, like a beef tomato, like something you might use to cook, that has a lot more meat to it
Yes.
versus say like a cherry tomato, which is a lot more juicier. So, let's take the cherry tomato. You're gonna find that they're a lot sweeter. There's a lot more juice to them, and then you can kind of, and then you'll, eat the the actual contents of the tomato. But I find you just really really enjoy it. It seems almost, satisfy that thirst. If you're thirsty or whatever, you can just, oh man, it is just so good, you know.
So good for sure. How important, Miss Teresa, is texture in making a pairing work? Are we looking for a jammy quality or roasted tomato against the snap of chocolate?
That's an interesting question. Um, I really don't know. Because like I said, I've never tried pairing them together.
Hmm.
Um, but I would assume so. I mean, you kind of want something that works, you know. You kind of
Yes.
want something that can kind of meld together.
Would you like to try sooner or later?
Uh Possibly later. I'm not sure. I'm not. I'm kind of afraid it would ruin both of them.
Yes, definitely. And for me, if I will do mixed chocolate and tomatoes, I will do like tomatoes as appetizer. I
Mm,
cannot combine together. And then chocolate will be my dessert.
yep, I could see
What do
that.
you think?
Yep.
Yes, I think that's a good plan, right? If you have tomatoes and chocolates in your recipe, try to not to combine together because I
Yeah.
don't know what will be.
It just doesn't sound right.
Yes, sounds right. But who knows, right? Fusion. Let's do the fusion. Try it, people. Try it. Who knows? You will invent something that it will echoes through our generations to generations. So, Mr. Ressa, if you were creating an ultimate tomato dish, what would it be? As well as chocolate.
Mm. If I was creating the ultimate tomato dish, I actually like a homemade tomato soup, or like a like a what do they call that? A bisque? Like
Tomato
a,
best.
yeah, yeah, yep. Hmm.
Soup, tomato
I
best.
really like that. I mean, especially if you're using like homemade tomatoes to do it. To me, that is so good. And I love a homemade like tomato based like spaghetti sauce. To me, if you do that right and you add the flavors in, oh, you are happy.
Yes. Something else.
And then,
Delicious.
yeah, and then if you're doing like chocolate, I actually like a hard chocolate around. Like to me, I love the ones that like where there's like melted chocolate in the center of whatever you're making, and maybe like a hard chocolate coating on the outside. Oh, that is so good.
Mm. Truly, truly good for sure. Does the type of tomato make a dramatic difference for you? Would you use sweet heirloom like sun gold differently than the smoky rich tomato?
I don't think so. No.
No. So
I
you're
mean,
gonna.
I've eaten a lot of different types of tomato, and to me, yeah, they each have a different flavor profile, but they're all really good.
Hmm. Yes, they are all really good people, rich in lycopene. And on the chocolate side, is there a specific cacao percentage or region that you like best? Like in Venezuela versus Madagascar.
Um, I actually like the Swiss chocolates that are like really smooth.
Okay. Toblerone.
Yep.
Specifically, I hope Toblerone will sponsor my podcast. So, what other ingredients as a bridge to bring tomato and chocolate together? What do you think? Let's do experiment.
Hmm.
Or spices like chili, cumin,
Usually,
or
okay,
herbs.
so I love cheese as well. So, like, maybe, like, if, like, sometimes what I will do, just if I want a snack, is I'll make a regular, typical cheese crisp, right? You melt your
Yes.
cheese over, but then I'll cut up a tomato and throw that inside.
Okay.
I love melding, like, tomato and cheese. And
Awesome.
I haven't really thought about anything chocolate, but sometimes you just grab a couple of Reese's peanut butter cups and you throw that on the side and you're fine.
Mhm. Yes. A good example for tomatoes and cheese people is the Italian caprese, which is you're having two sliced tomatoes and buffalo cheese.
Oh,
Ah,
interesting.
awesome, yes. They call the mozzarella. So try it, people. It's easy to do. Just cut the cheese, the tomato into half, and buy some buffalo cheese, which is expensive for sure. And then uh, for the dressing itself, do Italian herbs or Italian dressing, and then put lots of basil. Oh my goodness, it's something else. You need to try this, Mr. Issa.
I
It's a
will do
must.
that.
Yeah, something good. And Mr. Issa, this pairing really challenged our ingrained categories of savory and sweet. Do you see this as a part of larger trend in a modern gastronomy where chefs are becoming flavor architect rather than just cooks?
You know, I I don't know because I'm not a chef, I'm not a cook. Um but I do like the pairing of salty and sweet, especially like anyone ever try, for example, like chocolate covered pretzels.
Yes.
Love that pairing. That
Oh,
just gets
nice.
me in trouble. That just gets me in trouble. I will eat those. I get a bag of those, and they don't last long in my house.
Just in 1 second, eh?
Yep. That they just don't last long in my house.
Okay. So, Mr. Reza, for an adventurous home cook who wants to try this, what a simple, low risk way to experiment with tomato and chocolate in their own kitchen.
I would say make yourself a burrito, and then make yourself something chocolate for dessert.
Yes.
Because what I find is that if you eat something very simple like a burrito, I love a good burrito. I'm a fan of you know I will take like paste pecani sauce and all that, and as a base, for example, because like I don't do eating hot stuff. I don't like hot stuff. I don't like spicy. It just doesn't sit all right with me. But I'll take some paste pecani sauce, and then I'll add a little bit of sour cream, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of refried beans, a little bit of ground beef, a little tiny little bit of tomato sauce. Seriously, you want to make a good burrito, do that. You're happy. Okay? And then And then really just make yourself something chocolate. Like one of my favorite dishes is any kind of fudge.
Mm,
A really good, well homemade fudge is just, yeah, that just makes me happy.
it's
So try
something.
it.
Yes, something good. So, Mr. Risa, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season. Abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too. Comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101 in fourth season, and Law 101 and Mental Health 101 in its third season, and Love Letters is in third season too, and Movie 101 Review and Music 101 in fourth season, and Science 101 and Sex 101 in its first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Miss Teresa, tell us, where do you see this pairing going next? Could tomato infused chocolate be the next salted caramel, or is it destined to remain a niche chef driven discovery?
You know, I could kind of see it. I mean, we have seen like chocolate and orange paired,
Oh, yes.
and that works. Um, I actually like that. So, I mean, I'd like to see someone maybe try and do an infusion. That would be something I would try.
Try, yes. Experiment, people, experiment. And Miss Teresa Blaes, thank you so much for sharing your favorite food in the world. So can you please invite our listeners to support your podcast, your advocacy, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
Well, okay. So, I am working on a book. If you want to learn more about my backstory, I kind of gave you a little bit on the food side, but I have a backstory. You can find that book at www.protectedbook.com. It will be releasing soon. I have some stories there. If you guys need help with, maybe you want to start a podcast of your own, you could go to www.kadosh.media.com. And you can find my book, Discover Your Voice, 31 Days to Faith-Based Podcasting, on Amazon. So please check that out. And yeah, I'm always doing stuff. So
Yes, people, support Miss Teresa Blaes, because if you support her, for sure, more and more empowering episodes of the podcast itself, and more empowering business to come. So, Miss Teresa, thank you so much for your time.
thank you very much.
More to come, people. See you soon.